At the highest level, the task force recommends that we rethink public safety. Law enforcement officers and community advocates frequently say the same things on these issues, that we need different ways to respond to non-criminal emergencies, like those involving mental illness, autism, intellectual disabilities, substance misuse, and homelessness. Frankly, because of failures in our collective commitment to providing healthcare and social services to those in need, we put too much on the shoulders of law enforcement. To the extent that law enforcement is involved in responding to these calls, either to ensure safety or due to a lack of other alternatives, officers should be well trained in crisis response. Of course, we can't talk about racial equity in the criminal justice system without discussing use of force. It's what sparked this task force into existence. We recommend that law enforcement agencies ban the use of neck holds, that they develop policies to require officers to intervene when they see another officer using excessive force, and then to report that incident to supervisors. And to reduce the school to prison pipeline, we recommend raising the age that a student must be to enter the juvenile justice system from 6 to 12 years old. We also recommend that principals and guidance counselors sign off anytime a school resource officer decides to involve the criminal justice system in a student's punishment. We want to make sure that we don't turn a discipline problem, best handled by schools and parents, into a matter involving the criminal justice system unless it's absolutely necessary. We recommend that when an officer uses inappropriate force, management intervene early to nip that behavior in the bud. If the officer continues to abuse his or her authority, then they need to find another line of work without a badge and a gun. Abuse of power should be grounds for suspension, revocation, or denial of certification by the Training and Standards Commissions. The task force also recommends that all agencies use body cameras and dash cameras to improve transparency and increase accountability.
We are recommending that the legislature decriminalize possession of up to 1.5 ounces of marijuana. We also suggest on the decriminalization side that we reclassify class 3 misdemeanors that do not impact public safety as non-criminal civil infractions. So things like sleeping in a public place, or begging, or driving while license revoked, as long as it wasn't revoked for impaired driving, that there are a number of class 3 misdemeanors. Some of them come from local ordinances that do not need to be made crimes. The recommendation is that we eliminate cash bail for class 1, 2, and 3 misdemeanors unless there's a clear issue of public safety. Once someone is in court, and if they are going to have a trial, we know the importance of having a racially representative jury. So there are a number of recommendations that seek to better achieve that goal, including expanding the jury list sources. We need to have much better data collection and more transparency about how jury lists are composed, as well as who ends up on our juries.